Berries and cherries, summertime galore. We're doing cherries and berries today, and we're going to work on the fresh ones because we use them the same way, although berries are a little different than cherries. But I want to show you all the ways that you can buy this year-round, so you can have berries and cherries all the time. Over here I have the canned. They put the cherries and berries into cans, and it's just fruit and juice. Usually they have a light syrup, some have a heavy syrup, but most just have a light syrup. And then what we have here are pie fillings. You dump this into a pie crust, and you've got a pie. And they come in all the flavors of berries and cherries, and some of them even have no sugar added. So look for those cans. Then of course you can buy jam. Now I like the ones that are called Simply Fruit or the Fruit Only, the different brands that just have the berry or cherry in it, because you really do. You're just eating the cherry or berry. Oh, so delicious. And then of course there's every kind of fruit drink. They use a lot of different berries with other fruit and with other berries and cherries to make delicious drinks. And then the one berry that comes out in the fall is cranberry, and I'm going to show you that where you can get it jellied or with the entire fruit put together. I want to show you how to do that. I eat that all year round like jam. And then over here we have the dried versions, and every one of the berries and cherries come dried. This one's mixed up together. This is the cherries and this is the cranberries. So don't miss out on all these opportunities to be able to eat your cherries and berries, because the cherries are full of vitamin A and the berries are full of vitamin C. And you want to be able to carry them around with you in all different kinds of ways. So now let's get on to the fresh versions. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to show you cranberries. Cranberries can come in they usually come in the can. In the fall you can usually find the bags of cranberries, and obviously this isn't fall because I don't have one. But this is the whole berry put together, mashed up, and made into a kind of like a jam almost. And cranberries are very sour, so they have to add sugar to it. But see, you can see even some little cranberries inside, so that you are eating the whole cranberry, and there's just sugar added to this. This is a very nutritious snack. Like I say, I use it a lot all year round as jam. I love cranberries. Now, one book I was reading said that as the berries and cherries come off throughout the summer, that the first ones off, like raspberries, are the sweetest of the ones. And then you gradually get down to cranberries and gooseberries, and they're the sourest of all. I haven't ever tested that out, but I kind of think that makes sense. So let's get to the fresh ones. They're the best. And I have to admit to you, I bought these late yesterday, and it has been very tempting just to eat the cherries and berries because I love them so much. So I didn't know, I saved them for the show. So first of all, let's look at the different berries. These are raspberries. These are probably the most popular of the seeded berries. They have the seeds on the outside, and every little dimple on there has a seed inside. They're called drupels. And here are the, whoops, which way do I open this one? This one is the blackberries, which are huge. And then these are the other kind of berry. They do not have the drupels. The seeds are inside, but these are edible. So all of these have edible seeds. I don't know what I said, but they're blueberries. And then we have cherries, and cherries come in several colors. This is the most common one that most of us know about, is the red one, the deep red one. And then we have the ones that are lighter shaded. These are called Rainier. They're from Washington, and most of the berries in the United States are grown in Washington. I mean, most of the cherries. Oh, and berries too, Washington and Oregon. These are one of my favorites. They are so delicious inside. And they have a whiter meat. I wanted to show you the inside. They have white meat inside, not so red like the others. See how they're white? And then inside the red ones, they're red. And they are the one that you think of most often. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so what are the similarities and differences between berries and cherries? The berries have edible seeds. You don't need to seed them unless you have a diet problem, and then you need to just put them through a ricer or one of the Foley mill kinds of things to take out the seeds. So anyway, and then there are other kind of berries, the one with the seeds inside, but like blueberries, but they're edible. Now, when it comes to the cherries, as you can see, we have that little pit inside. That is a rock. I know they call it a pit, but I think it's a rock. Because if you're chewing on this and you hit it with your teeth, you're probably going to do some damage. So some people don't like cherries because they have this pit, especially when you have children, and it is a concern. So I want to show you a couple of ways I've learned that you can take the pit out. One of the strangest ways to pit a cherry that I found to be very effective when you need to do that is with a pair of needle nose pliers. And you just pinch it down the middle and you end up on the pit. Whoops, and usually you can just pull it out. Not this one. There you go. And there it is. And then you've got them pitted. You know that the pit is out. Whereas you can also use one of the pitters that come for canning, and that's another way, but you have to watch to be sure you see the pit come out. Now, what do you do when you bring them home? What you want to do is you want to put a flat surface, and you want to take the box of berries or cherries, and you want to put them out. The interesting thing about berries is once they are picked, they no longer continue to ripen. They only go to decay. So what you want to do is lay them out in single layer. You want to look for all the ones that are not good, like they're mushy or moldy. This happens to be a great batch. And then you can serve those. Now they don't stay in the refrigerator very long. A couple, 2 to 3 days, depends on how ripe they were when you got them. So you want to use them rather quickly. Now I've done that with the raspberries, and I would also do that with the blueberries. And then what you can do is put another layer of paper towel on top. You can put a piece of saran wrap if you'd like, and you can keep them in the refrigerator that way. It'll keep them from drying out, but it won't make them close them in too much so they get too mushy. So that's real important to do. You can also do that with cherries. Now if you get to the point and you need to use them, or you're going to lose them, I would just take this just like this, how I have it there. Take the top one off, I'd stick it in the freezer when they get frozen, then I put them in a plastic bag. And that way I can eat them onesies or twosies. And frozen fruits, the frozen cherries and berries are really good to put into your batter, and that way they won't bleed so much. So go to my website, and there's more information about the two. There's 2 different fact sheets for them, and I hope you enjoy your berries and cherries.